Welcome back to a hazy day out here on the dock. Today we have some good news for you for once. For those who are new here, my name is Mike. Today we're going to be doing a two-part video. We're going to be talking about a recent ruling out of a court in West Virginia which has thrown out part of the 1968 Gun Control Act, which prohibited American citizens who are 18 to 20 years old from buying handguns from an FFL. We're going to do that here on YouTube and Rumble. Then we're going to head over to Mug Club and talk about another good update out of Oregon with House Bill 114. There's some good news on that front as well for folks who want liberty. So if you guys are interested in that second part, you can check it out over on Mug Club. Mug Club's a place where we make exclusive content for members only. There will be a link here on your screen as well as a discount code where you can sign up for that. But there's a lot of folks over there making exclusive content. Steven Crowder, Alex Jones, the Hodge Twins, Nick DiPaolo, Brian Callen. I probably missed some, but it's censorship free over there. And that's one of the reasons we like it. So if you're interested, definitely check that out. Now let's get into the case here. The geese, I think, are excited about the case as well. So essentially, how this has worked since 1968 when the Gun Control Act went through is that if you wanted to purchase a gun from a licensed firearms dealer, i.e. an FFL, a federal firearms licensee, you had to be 21 if you were trying to purchase a pistol or ammunition for that pistol. You could buy rifles, you could buy shotguns and other types of firearms as well, but you could not buy a handgun. Now you could own a handgun if you were 18 to 20, like if you either got it through a private sale or it was inherited or something like that. But you could not walk into a federal firearms licensee or a gun store and purchase a handgun until you were 21 years old. Now, for those of you guys who have been watching the channel for a while, you guys know that several states have actually passed state laws that have overturned this as well. Now, this is happening at the federal level through the judiciary, and it looks like, as of right now, as of when I'm recording this, 18 to 20-year-olds can walk into a gun shop and buy guns, but we will get into the reality of that here in just a second. But this broke last night, so Friday night, as these cases tend to break on Friday nights, and the Department of Justice has been asked for comment, but they have not released any comment yet. I expect that will be coming on Monday. I expect their comment will likely be in the form of an appeal or some sort of guidance to FFLs, but we will see. So essentially, why was this overturned? Well, it was overturned because of the recent New York State versus Bruin case. And what that case, for folks who are new here, the real high-level understanding that you need to have is that it reset the standard that all gun control laws are judged by. So in order to be found to be constitutional under the Bruin test, which is the Supreme Court ruling, the firearms law had to be consistent with the text, history, and tradition of the Second Amendment as it was written in 1791. So if you look at this case here, where the Gun Control Act was banning folks who are 18 to 21, excuse me, 18 to 20, I suppose, because once you hit 21, you could buy a gun. But folks who are 18 to 20 who were in every other way able to purchase a firearm, i.e. they weren't felons, they weren't, drug users, whatever the case may be. If you look at the text, history, and tradition of the Second Amendment as it was written in 1791, was there anything like this? Was there anything consistent with that at the time? And the answer is clearly absolutely not, because again, this didn't go into effect until 1968. So essentially, the judge ruled that. He said, hey, the Supreme Court has set a new standard, and this is the standard, and it doesn't comply with it. So I'm going to read real quick. It's a 40-page ruling. I will link to it down below if you guys are interested in checking it out. But it's really quite simple. Judge says here, in summary, because plaintiff's conduct, the purchase of handguns, falls within the Second Amendment's unqualified command, and the challenged statutes and regulations are not consistent with the nation's historic tradition of firearm regulation. So again, right there, he cites the Bruin case. That's really what it is. At the end of the day, it's very simple to understand. The court finds 18 U.S. Code, subsection 922B, which is where the prohibitions from the Gun Control Act were, facially unconstitutional as applied to the plaintiffs. Plaintiffs, having demonstrated there is no genuine dispute of material fact and that they are entitled to judgment as a matter of law, their motion for summary judgment is granted. For the same reasons, defendant's motion to dismiss is denied. So the defendants in this case, of course, was the Department of Justice. So there it is. And again, it's for exactly the reason I said. If you actually go read the case and what the defense was arguing, they were essentially arguing that in this particular instance, i.e. owning and purchasing handguns, or really purchasing handguns, people who are 18 to 20 are not adults. That was literally their argument in this case. Obviously, It's laughable, and that's why he said there it is facially unconstitutional. It's just like prima facie, it's super obvious that this is unconstitutional. So that is the good news. Now, again, what do I think is going to happen going forward? I think on Monday, very likely, there's going to be some guidance put out one way or another, whether it be a challenge or a guidance to FFLs as to how this is going to actually go down. I do not expect the Justice Department, with their unlimited budget, to do nothing about this. They have all the lawyers in the world on staff, and they don't care about, you know, going forward and the time it takes and the effort it takes to spend your taxpayer dollars to restrict the rights of American citizens. They are all about that. So we will see. We will see what happens, but for now, it is a win, and yet again, sets a standard that the Bruen decision is the standard, right? So there's another case that just backs it up and makes it stronger, so that way the next fight that we go into, we have even more precedents, judicial precedents for the next fight. So it's a win for the good guys for sure. If you guys aren't following me on all my social media, I actually talked about this yesterday. So definitely check me out on my social media if you're not doing that, because that's the place you guys can get the quickest updates, so we don't have to produce a full-on YouTube video for you guys. And if you guys have any questions or comments or anything like that, you can always post them down below in the comments section. If you guys are new here and you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's free, doesn't cost you anything. And if you're not seeing 2 to 4 videos a week here on the channel, then you are being censored by an algorithm from my content. So in order to avoid that, you can sign up for the email at the website here on your screen. This email goes out once a month, so it's not spammy at all. And it just contains all of my content since the previous month's email went out. So that way it goes straight from me to you, and there's no big tech algorithm censoring your eyes from my content. On a more fun note, we send out a daily deals email. It contains all the things that if you like this channel, you probably are interested in. Deals on guns, ammo, optics, magazines, etc. If it is in that email, that goes out every day. It's the cheapest on the internet that I know of anywhere, so that way it saves you some time, because I've already done the price comparisons for you, and hopefully saves you some money as well. So definitely sign up for the daily deals email. It also has a good meme, which everyone seems to like as well. I know people sign up just for the meme, so there you go, you can sign up for that. All right, so with that, here on YouTube and Rumble, we're gonna cut it off, and we're gonna head over to Mug Club and discuss another piece of good news that has come out of Oregon. So with that, piss off, YouTube.